Today, both of us are going to be picking 3 of our current favorite fragrances, so let's get started. This is in no particular order, but what I'm going to start with is a fragrance I do have a lot of memories with. On top of it being something I really like, it's also sentimental, and that is no other than PDM Altair. I think this fragrance no longer needs an introduction. This is a fragrance I picked up when I went traveling to Austria. I fell in love with this fragrance before the hype. This is a vanilla fragrance that has a very nice gourmand backbone to it, and that gives it a very nice caramel powderiness to it. I enjoy wearing this fragrance to this day. It is really one of PDM's best creations. It is amazing. At number 3, this fragrance is very dear to me. It's not sentimental or anything like that. It's just something that I love. And the fact that now it's discontinued kind of hurts me. But at the same time, I'm glad that I have 2 backup bottles of this. And I'm talking about Dior Homme Parfum. You've probably heard a lot of talk of Dior Homme Parfum for a good reason. This stuff is phenomenal. It's iris, leather, rose, oud, high quality stuff. This is something you would wear to a special occasion. It's not something you can really wear casually. It's also not something that's for everyone. Now, I think the newer Dior Homme Parfum is more mass appealing. A lot more people are going to enjoy that one. I do like the opening. However, the dry down, it's not for me. It just reminds me of vitamin C tablets. I feel like I'm the only one who feels this way. My next pick is actually a recent pickup, and since I've owned it, I have absolutely fell in love with it. This was not a blind buy. It's something I tested and fell in love with before I committed to getting a full bottle. And I'm talking about Creed Bois de Portugal. Where do I get started with this fragrance? It's a very vintage, fresh smelling fragrance. It gives me barbershop vibes, but it is extremely, extremely aromatic. Although this is an older creation of Creed's, they did a good job at keeping it staying modern because it has some sort of modernness to it. You can still wear it and pull it off very well. And I feel like if I ever catch this on someone, they probably know a lot about fragrances. It has a vintage smell to it, which comes from lavender and some woodsy notes. It is very green and aromatic. Those are the kind of smells I like. That's my number 2 pick. My number 2 is the best vanilla fragrance you will ever try. That's in my opinion. To some people, they say it smells like burnt rubber. To other people, they say it's a very beautiful bourbon vanilla kind of scent. You probably know what I'm talking about by now. I'm talking about YSL Baby Cat. This fragrance has gotten a lot of hype throughout the years, and there's a reason for it. In my opinion, this is the best YSL, and I'm talking about their main line and their private line. This is the best. Also, shout out YSL Muse. That one's also really good. Check that one out too. But in my opinion, this stuff is so classy, sophisticated, elegant. This is something I've mainly reserved for special occasions such as going to a wedding. That's like one of the few times I wear this, but when I do wear it, I go ham. A funny story with this is a few months ago I wore this to my friend's wedding, and one of my friends that was there, he told me I could smell you before I even saw you. But that also tells you how strong this fragrance is. When you wear it, it demands attention and it makes your presence known. Now this has notes of black pepper, vanilla, suede, incense, and a little bit of saffron. The main notes you will pick up from this are definitely the vanilla, the pepperiness, the incense, and that suede. Suede is not a real note that you can extract oils from. Suede is basically a type of leather, right? You can't just extract oils from a leather. So what they do is they make a suede accord. They try to replicate the smell using certain chemical compounds that creates the aroma of suede. And that suede is very distinctive. I feel like this is a type of suede you're not going to find in many other fragrances. It's pretty unique to this. And if you've never tried this, I highly recommend it. Sample it first because it's definitely not for everyone. If you're saving up for one big fragrance purchase, this is definitely one I would keep on your bucket list. And the next one I'm about to choose. If I were to go by just the name of this fragrance alone, I don't think I would have been interested in smelling it, but I got pretty lucky by smelling this fragrance because of this guy. And he introduced me to one of my current favorite scents of all time so far, and that is Dior Spice Blend. I will say the name is very fitting because these 2 words have to work together. Spice and blend, you can't just take one of these words to describe the fragrance, you need both. It is a perfect blend of spices and aromatics, and the one thing I really liked about this fragrance when I smelled it is that I had no idea what notes are in it. The notes in this are so confusing that even to this day, I don't remember a single note. This is one fragrance I would say very confidently, do not judge it by the notes, because I would assume just by looking at that this is a very harsh and very peppery, spicy fragrance. It is far from that, I'm telling you. I was always in the hunt for a fragrance that is extremely versatile. This is a fragrance you can wear it to any occasion, any season. And for that reason, this gets a spot in the top 3. The last of my 3 needs no introduction. And in my humble opinion, this is the replacement to Creed Aventus. And I'm talking about none other than Louis Vuitton Imagination. I know some of you might think this is a generic pick. Oh my God, another Louis Vuitton Imagination glazer out here. But in my opinion, this stuff is
actually really good. And I think it really deserves a spot in the top 3. It's a very simple fragrance. Tea and soap. When this dries down, it turns into a light, ambery, soapy, woody scent. I don't think people talk about the dry down enough. It's the main reason why I love it. The opening is good. However, it's the dry down where the magic really happens.
In the dry down of imagination, I actually get something floral, which is why I started to enjoy the fragrance a lot more.
There's not too much else I can say about this other than when you first do try it out, give it a chance. Spray it on your skin. Don't spray it on a tester strip. Spray it on your skin. Try it, and I'm telling you, after you walk out the Louis Vuitton store, you get in your car or you're shopping around, when you smell it again, you're going to be stunned because of the way this evolves. It's a beautiful fragrance. Not much else to say, but definitely check it out if you haven't.
So there we have it. My picks versus his. Which side would you pick? Let us know down below.